the topic?
You gotta get the,
Oh, sorry.
mic.
Yeah, I wasn't fully aware. I checked out the website about what the topic was or with DBS, so I don't want to really poop on any parades today, but talking about veterans disclosing their status or encouraging to do more, I think that people also need to know the risks and the reality in New York City and the fact that elected officials and investigatory bureaus really don't do anything to help out people's complaints. So I'm going to spare you from what I had written. I actually copied a social media post that I had written the other day when finding out about this, and then I'll have some suggestions that do intersect with my experience and how we can also utilize great veterans, because veterans are mainly known for bravery and courage, right, and their honor and service. So a lot of the issues that haven't been acknowledged at all by elected officials, perhaps we could actually utilize the veterans route to help implement those things, because veterans are definitely affected. So I'll begin now, sir. What's really behind the curtain as to why the city of New York is so interested in veterans disclosing their status? Let's be honest, New York City truly wouldn't care about something like this unless there was a funding formula, data incentive, or some benevolent PR boost attached to it. So is this really about helping veterans, or is it about helping agencies and their well-protected unionized workforce getting to say that they served us, or even worse, getting to report on how they dealt with us, or their accounts of our experiences with us, which are typically laden with some false statements and fabricated claims that are then given great deference and credibility. This is the status quo. So what is New York City really up to this time? More efficiency or more services? And once you get us to check the box or a municipal worker does it for us, what happens next? From what I've seen and lived, disclosing veteran status can become a liability, not a protection. It's like putting a target, may I continue? It's like putting a target on your back and handing the city a roadmap for how to exploit you with no recourse. After all, nothing says thank you for your service quite like being flagged as unstable, labeled bizarre, intentionally misrepresented in official documents by those with immunity, and locked in jail cells, psych wards, or kept away from your children. Also, someone else can check a box, open or close a case, or collect and disperse some sort of funding. That's not only my entire experience, it's many other people. So where this intersects with other people in New York City, like what I was talking about, how we could maybe initiate the veterans committees to help acknowledge some of these things. We had body cameras on police, we need body cameras on child protective workers. The rhetoric against the police, people may agree with it or disagree with it, but at least it had some sort of status and publicized. There's no negative attention besides the controlled narratives of stakeholder organizations that have joined the state with what the problems are in a lot of these systems. So I think we have to do better. I've tried with the Assembly and the Senate. I knew City Council couldn't do it, to implement body cameras across the state, and also locally here on ACS. Nobody's interested at all whatsoever. Also, there needs to be some sort of reviewing policies and procedures of ACS and complaint procedures, a process to ensure that there are actual investigations into them. Currently, there's a bill sponsored by Andrew Hevesy called A8248. It's totally a good thing what the legislation says, but the press that it's been getting is totally deceptive and misleading, and actually takes away from what it's actually intended for. And it also puts the focus, this narrative, on only investigating when children die, but nothing for the living. You go to the Department of Investigation to say that ACS is lying against you, and you can prove it easily, saying that you're in the act of committing offenses that have been done and adjudicated many long years ago. Many things. They won't do anything, and then you'll find out that ACS in their case notes claim that you told the DOI something different. I don't know who's to blame for that, but it's very dangerous, and it's not only happening to veterans.
All right, Anthony, this is a little off topic for the veterans.
Well, it is the thing. You're celebrating this and encouraging people to disclose it. You even said a little bit ago that we should be able to acknowledge the veterans for their service because they did more for other communities or than other communities. But the fact that we're getting these things overlooked, and I actually have to volunteer my time here today.
No, I appreciate it, but this committee is trying to get veterans to self-identify,
Yeah.
that's the topic.
Well,
Not
I'll-
ACS, that's a different
No, well, I'm
committee.
just saying
It's a different committee.
that when you disclose your veteran status in New York City, you should really err on the side of caution, because if
Well, I wouldn't, that's
no.
counterproductive, because
Well,
we
no.
we already talked about the healthcare situation for veterans, that we can close hospitals because they're not, is that?
well, that
means
sounds like a
veterans-
snub premise, sir, but I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Anthony,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, that's it.
Wrap up, yeah.
Hi, hello everybody.